trench warfare tonight, drunk. Gonna be interesting.
You've got this.
I do. Ah, and I got Fred breathing down my neck.
Oh, do you know?
The best bit.
I remember the good old days during my CIC, whatever it's called. The helicopter, and he just goes, "Where are we going, Marius? Where are you going?"
The good old days.
I had no idea where I was going, in fact.
But you were going in a rapid pace.
Yes. Nugrin. Ah, good evening.
Mm.
Carlson, I think I would have had just enough time to go and take a shower. Scrub all my holes, all my crooks and crannies.
Just remember to make pictures. Take pictures.
Yes. And shave. Shave is very important.
I
That's
completely
right.
forgot. Hello.
Ah, good evening.
Trust me, you're not the only one.
Next one, let's put it in the calendar, yeah, because I didn't even realize that we had decided it.
Probably everyone else has also not realized
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It wasn't too clear.
Yeah, it was, if you read it.
I'm slightly
Oh,
drunk,
snap.
but I will make it.
Reading, not on my watch.
Maybe it was, but a calendar entry would have been nice.
Indeed.
Oh, Jesus. Ugh.
We'll do it next
Beer
time.
gulp.
Yeah, well,
You are right. Fucking hell, man.
Yes.
Who's the pig?
Hello. Are we all excited for Trident Result 3? I know I am.
I'm always excited.
You're always in pain and
Yes.
always excited.
Yes,
Excited to die.
You're
it's
a
connected.
very emotional person, aren't you?
You know, because if you have a hard on for more than 4 hours, it starts to being painful. So that's my whole life.
Oh, right.
I think we should do a 12-hour operation one
Who
day.
the fuck is Freeborn?
One of the new recruits, isn't it?
Why is he here? Is he allowed to be here?
Oh,
well,
Freeborn
that's-
is my new recruit.
Ah, you got a new recruit. Shall I taint him for you?
Better get it over with. You're gonna taint him some point.
Ah,
Yeah, true.
Nugrin, I've missed your face.
My tired dad bod face.
Honestly, that is a source of comfort for the entire company.
The most depressed Swede.
The
The
face
least
that
depressed
gave
Swede.
me so
The
much
least
more
depressed.
comfort during
Urbadur.
Heaven's Thunder than anything else.
Oh, Nordic.
Jo.
I had absolutely not missed the training, I promise.
Yeah, no, neither have Fred.
But to be fair, I was finished with putting my kid to sleep at about 10 past.
Marius, are you drunk?
Get Uncle
No.
Pluskin to do it.
Oh,
Are
no.
you- Okay.
I'm slightly drunk.
True story.
just
I have never
slightly.
let my kids stay at his house for a day.
Yeah, I don't
Hello.
blame you.
I was meant to go on a concert, but my allegiance
Well,
to
my
this
brother's
Muslim
kids
community
have never
is
been
more.
at my place alone either.
Something
But my
more
parents' dogs
worth.
have multiple occasions.
Same, I'm sure.
Yeah, especially since my mom don't let their dogs. Well, they don't let my brother have the dogs. It's like, no, I don't trust your brother with
Wait,
dogs.
Carlson, you're an uncle?
I am.
You're an uncle.
I
Uncle
didn't know.
Carlson.
Ah, Uncle Carlson. I like that.
You know, Carlson, we're starting to become somewhat more older in the unit.
I know.
Wait,
What do you mean,
Carlson?
become?
Yes.
Shut up.
I looked into
Marius.
this. Yes, hello.
Can you run a lap around me without puking?
Sorry, what?
To check my
What in the
over here,
wrong
over here.
direction? What a good start.
Run a
Yeah.
lap. Run a lap around me, please.
Which way?
Anyway, just run around
Just a
him.
lap.
Make
Jog
sure that
or
you.
run.
Okay, I think it's working. Thanks, that's enough. Thanks.
Okay.
I had to check my if my directional hearing was working. It wasn't yesterday.
I thought you were trying to do like an alcohol test on it.
No.
Mary seems he's walking a straight line to me. Like,
I wouldn't
Remember
be able
to
walk
touch
in a
your
straight
nose
line if
now.
This was real life. I remember when we were my section in the army. We went out drinking and we got caught. Oh my god, how fucking embarrassing! That was so fucking funny. No, very funny.
Is there a chance that this will be cancelled, or are we doing it?
I mean, we have more people than I expected right now. So, well, like 10 minutes ago, I did not expect anyone to show up. To be honest.
I'm sorry, I'm waiting in Teams for the last 20 minutes.
Yes.
No,
Except
I mean,
for,
even
except for
40
you, me,
minutes.
and Baxter.
But I'm nobody apparently now.
No, Nordic, you're not nobody. You are very important. But except for you,
Important.
me, and Baxter, I didn't believe it that anyone else would show up.
I've been drinking too much beer. Holy shit.
at some point today, we're gonna lose this guy. I swear.
Ideally, I want to go to the festival
Jesus.
before I'm plastered.
We could just turn around the trench.
I
He's gonna
get
be
this,
laying on the
like,
ground.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 vibe when you get drunk. This is the Morris vibe right now. Making burp and fart noises.
Honestly, he does that sober as well.
Oh,
Carlson, do you have a license for Marius, like chemical warfare license?
No, but
yes.
he is vaccinated, and I have a pet insurance for him.
Well, yeah, I don't have a polio 3 vaccine yet. Yeah, you have failed to give me that one, sir.
Yeah,
you just
that
took
was
a step
one
back.
was. I mean, that vaccine costed more than it cost me to buy you.
Also, I've
so-
never had my 4th COVID vaccine. I've only had 3.
Yeah.
Would that 4?
Well, I know people who would have 5 fucking vaccines.
And whenever I take him for a walk, I make sure to have a muzzle on him.
Yeah, of course.
so
I
what's your
might
plans
have
for tonight, Carlson?
3 more
After the
bots
training.
coming.
The plans for tonight is basically
After the training.
after the training.
Yes.
Vi går ut och dricker
do you
öl
remember
till
Jan?
Bryssel.
From one,
Who?
Jan from 1-1. He comes over, and we're gonna have a beer and chit chat a little bit, and then he's gonna fuck off because he has an ass off game in the morning.
Det noen av dere som var på Jugend i Ålesund?
We're losing him.
Yes.
Yes. Anyways, trench warfare, spooky loopholes and grenades.
Yeah.
That
the-
sums it up. Yeah.
Bounding maneuver and all right. So we do have someone from each section here. Nordic, you are. I know that you stepped down, but you are basically an IC. So you can do this. It's perfect. So Fairly gave us some tips and tricks. Oh, for fuck's sake, Marius.
Sorry.
Fairly gave us some tips and tricks about how to move in a trench, and we have been trying to do that, and it's been somewhat successful. So we thought, why not share it like herpes?
Excellent.
Shall we let Mr. Freeborn join up?
Is he on the server yet?
No, he's not on the server, but he's trying to. He's trying his best.
He's been in the gatehouse for a while. Oh, there
no,
he is.
Yeah, he just.
No, he disconnected.
Yeah.
No, I'm having a chat with him in 1-1 chat. Sala is connecting and Tito is hot drunk playing D&D.
Ooh, that sounds like a really great place to have. I want the drunk Finn D&D.
Yeah, I also want to join.
No, I
Sorry.
don't want to play D&D. I want him to join here.
I was more into D&D with a drunk Finn.
Oh, right. I've never played D&D actually. I've played plenty of other role-playing games like tabletop role-playing games, but never D&D.
It's the most generic one.
Immersion breaking at all.
Yeah.
Handful of 16A soldiers. It's just still in Britain while the rest are in Ukraine. I am full of immersion right now.
He's gonna lose it. We're
He's
gonna
like
lose this guy.
talking. He's in his own little world, isn't he?
Sorry, what glove?
Well, there's something I do not approve of you, Marius. That face belongs to Fred.
What Fred?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Are you
it's
Collins?
Nygren.
You're Collins, aren't you?
I've been using this face since 2018. Yes.
Yeah, I was way before that.
Ooh, he's been using it since
2012, I think.
Operation Flashpoint.
All right. Nygren, Fred, could you join on me, please?
It's a blonde Aryan Scandinavian face.
Oh,
of course, I'm gonna use
Something
it.
that
Carson,
another kind of
Fred,
disappointed.
could someone
You're
of you
destroying my image I
give
have of Norwegians
Freeborn
always being very
access to
sober
1-1 channel
and out
in Discord?
hiking in the
Correct permission.
mountains and
In TS, you mean?
Ja.
hyttetur.
Sorry.
Hyttetur med Grandiosa.
Who's got
No.
recruit tags now?
No, no, no.
Maybe it's
all beer.
different.
I think you could do that as well.
Trust me, it's completely
Yeah, but I don't
different.
know. Wow.
I mean, if you're
okay.
an Oslo guy, I would
Nygren,
understand.
you
but
right-click
like,
him,
you're not,
go
so
down
I
to
don't
set
understand.
server group,
Rural mountain guy.
and then you select the
Everyone's just like
server
this.
group that he needs to
People
be.
living in Oslo. No.
Ah, okay, so just recruit scene.
Yeah.
I have privileges.
I don't think I should finish this beer. Oh Jesus, my monitor is waving.
I didn't even understand what you said.
Den blaffra i vinden.
Han blaffar i vinden. Okej.
Han la en blaffa i vinden, ja. Eller på vinden kanske.
Det blåser ute.
A blaffa in Swedish is like a puke, like a big nice.
En rar tös på svenska.
Oh, yeah.
Ja, jag
vilken
känner
rar
många
tös.
rara töser.
Mm.
Grabbar,
feel
satsa
left
på
out.
själva, runka motvind.
Ja, ja.
It's funny. I gotta tell you. So in Swedish, if you say if someone is an rar tös, that means she's a sweet little girl, and in
Yes.
Norwegian it means she's a strange hooker.
Is it hooker per se, or is it just like sluts as well? Or...
Wow, the sky is so pretty in this game. What?
Okay, Marius is lost. All right,
Doesn't
so
even
we...
drug that much. It's terrible.
no. Oh, Moanis is here.
Hello. Is he?
On his way. He's in the gatehouse.
I'm gonna be screaming at him. I'm still awaiting a map from him.
Kamara's joining as well.
Kamara as well.
We're actually getting people on. All right.
Entirety of media team is gonna be on. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh shit, yeah. We're gonna be movie stars, Baxter.
Also, so tös is translated as lösaktig jente. Lösaktig jente.
Oh, en dam i min smak, helt enkelt.
Eller hore står det faktiskt också.
Ah,
I don't think calling a girl lös is gonna be very much helpful.
No, lösaktig, as in she's a little bit not.
Right?
No, not as in loose, but as in behaviorally.
Right. Okay.
As in tös.
Swedish language. I don't get this, Baxter.
Lösaktig.
Why didn't you occupy sooner?
Nygren, do you wanna join up on me?
Oh, yep.
Nope.
Carlson, are you just gonna run the training in Swedish?
Yeah.
All right.
Nie ma problemu, mogę pójść po polsku.
Hurdurden.
Lurden burden.
Ja, doskonale, tak.
4 Scandinavians out of the 6th present, so.
How many
Yeah.
Scandinavians are there in the
Touch you.
unit altogether
I'm here.
compared to British?
Stand still.
I mean, it's kind of scary. Like the leader of the unit is Swedish, so.
At this point, we might as well change to Swedish unit.
Åh,
Swedish
Soggen! Vi kör drabantkåren!
Vi ska
bless you, mate.
dricka bensinen i lastbilen idag.
I'm getting the vibe Nordic is not amused thus slightly.
Czemu tak
Niemowie
myślisz?
po polski. Kurwa. Kungens kurwa.
Teraz on, twoja matka to kurwa.
Perkele.
A po prostu twój ojciec.
Nordic, do you have a new mic?
I do. Is it good?
Yeah, you sound.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
Yeah, you
Great.
sound really crisp. It's like
Baxter.
a new
I found
voice.
the camera.
Yes, now new improved and ready for ASMR.
Whisper in my ear, daddy.
Ah.
No.
Ooh.
Of everything you could whisper.
I'm too
Oh
drunk for
damn it!
this.
All right, we
Can
have
get started,
Kamara.
No,
We
we'll
have
get you more drunk.
Freeborn. Should we wait for Moanis?
Once I finish this beer, I'm leaving. I've just
Yeah,
already
Sala's
done
gonna
it.
connect in about 10 minutes, he said.
Okay, we're not. Okay, yeah, no.
Oh, man
Bye,
down.
Kamara.
Bye, Kamara.
No!
Yes.
Hallå gubbar!
Ah,
No,
Oh,
it's
he's
a new
back.
way
Oh,
to.
he's
So I don't,
alive!
so
Oh, Sala's connecting.
I don't have to run away all the way to the tent. I just respawn
Hello-
and get rid
hello,
of the
Freeborn.
pain bug.
Would you like a snooze? Come on.
I have snooze here. I got Velo.
Have you set up
Velo
your
Max freeze
bindings
here.
for talking in
Max
TeamSpeak?
freeze. Okay.
Yeah, and
Sounds-
also it was funny. I just joined the Acre server, and the first thing I hear is, "Fucking what is it? Where's his map?" And I told him he's joining. He's downloading an update. He's joining as well. And fuck, man, but for the last fucking 2 hours, we've been looking at trying to fucking decipher all your fucking campaign media, trying to get this sort the map out.
What is real and what is fictional?
Yes, exactly. And then one is just pissed because we changed the Orbat.
It's
Managed to
fine,
set up your push talk and test your speech.
Maybe
Freeborn?
slightly drunk, but it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's Friday. It's Friday.
It is Friday. I was supposed to go out an hour and a half ago, but I guess I'm here now.
What happened? Did you get stood up?
No, I'm still going out. I'm showing my loyalty to my Milsom community.
Wait, are you preing with us basically?
Yes.
That's crazy. Wait, when are you going out? It's like 9 there.
It's 9:30 right now. I should be going out right now, but I can go out in 30 minutes.
Are you going clubbing?
Yes. We need to get started.
Okay, let me join you on you. Start still, you fucking drunk. Alright, there you go.
We return.
We need
Hello,
to get
goodbye,
started
it's
with the
Sweden
training before
takeover.
my beer is finished.
jawohl.
Oh god. Alright.
Jag menar ja.
I'm gonna TP all of us over to the trench range.
We can just use the flag behind you.
Ah, yes.
Alright, we shall
Transportation.
all go to the trench warfare range, please.
French warfare.
Well, So it's not decided if we're gonna keep the forum mod as part of the standard mod pack, but if we are, we'll definitely gonna do that.
It's just a great tool right now. I remember when it first came out, it was just, yeah, this is a cool thing you can do, but it'll break your server. But right now, it's just edit terrain.
Yeah.
Alright.
So we had the first night we had with the trenches, we had this desync. So Remy was scared that it was that mod, but then the second night there was no problem. So
Yeah.
that's good.
The group bug may be provoked. I don't know.
And
I
then
like the drunk Mary.
let's form a circle around Mr. Me. Hope everyone's following.
Too many.
Okay.
Where are
Two
you?
people are
Last
following.
night,
Cool.
the 80s.
Where are you? Oh, there
I'll
you
just
are.
go kill myself.
Or
it's
your
fine.
legs.
Oh, good. Did you see the video I posted in the barracks?
You rem- Just an excellent reaction.
Alright, fuck it. Let's
Is everyone following?
form a circle around here.
Cool.
We appear to be missing a few people. What are we missing? No, we're all good. We're all here. All right.
Moanis will be joining in like 2 minutes. He's starting up the game now.
All right. So
Much beer.
French warfare is going to be very important in the next campaign, or in this campaign, as Maris is currently running it, simply because of Ukraine's environment and because how fucked it is.
Yes.
So we're gonna have to learn how to fight, how to attack, and how to defend in these trenches. First thing I'm going to talk about a bit is the actual, what do you call it, doctrine of fighting these trenches. Basically, let me draw something on the map quickly, and I'll explain what I mean. Everyone see the mark just south of the trench warfare range? Can anyone see the 3 triangles I've made?
That's
Basically,
negative.
Nope.
Negative.
Did you put it in the side chat
I should have.
or the group chat?
I did put it in the group chat apparently. All right, let me redraw them. Can we all see them now? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, good. So, let's say that's a trench line. What we want to do as a platoon is we want to push in a at one spot, preferably a weak spot, as scouted out by other assets. For example, drones could do some scouting and figure out where's the weak spot. Maybe there's a spot where there's less enemy concentration, so we push there. So what we do, let me get a blue marker in. What we do, we want to push through and create a break-in point. So what we could do, we'll have 3 sections here. Fred, feel free to, if I say something that doesn't perfectly, isn't right for SOP, then let me know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
What we would do as platoon is we would basically artillery the fuck out of the IDF the fuck out of the trench line. Maybe use some smoke, get FSG to suppress the enemy position as well, and then we'd have one section push in, create a break-in point. This we would do with grenades, so we throw grenades in, get the enemy stunned and pinned down, and then we throw a smoke at the same position that we're pushing into to tell the other sections we're breaking in here. This is the break-in point.
Colored smoke.
Colored smoke. Yep.
Could be green or orange, something that we don't use for anything else, basically.
Yep. Make sure to coordinate this when you're in IC. Make sure to coordinate this with the rest of the platoon. Let them know we're marking with green, marking with blue, whatever. At which point you make a perimeter roughly. So you could have Charlie clear this up like maybe 50 meters, 50, 100 meters, whatever, in one direction, and then Delta the other direction, creating a type of perimeter which allows the other 2 sections to push in, and then push this direction, and then push in and push the other direction. When this first section pushes in, they're most likely going to have casualties because creating a break-in point like this is pretty, I'd say, dramatic. So there's going to be casualties. They're going to be most likely down for a bit. So they're going to go from assault section back to reserve section if that's if they take many casualties, and they'll keep this perimeter open up until maybe the first trench line is cleared. Mind, these trench lines will often have communication trenches that go into other trench lines like this. Always very intricate, these trench networks. So pushing through, clearing the first line of defense, then pushing down the communication trench, getting to the other lines, and getting into the HQ position is key. Trench fighting is fucked. There's going to be casualties, so we need to learn how to fight in these actual trench positions. So we're going to go into the trench warfare range behind me, and I'm going to show off a few things that Fairley has taught me. Fred, you'll know this stuff, and we'll figure out how to fight in these trenches. Sala, could you join the Shack Deck, please?
If you can join on me.
Yep. Just any questions throughout this, just let me know, and I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. Mind, I'm not an actual soldier, so
I'll just, if I can add something.
Yeah.
In regards to the initial push towards the trench when we were trying to make the breakpoint, that's sort of a critical point. So the main idea is that you never want to move without cover, and covering fire is a form of cover. So in the exercises we have done, FSG suppresses the hell out of the trenches as we advance towards them. But FSG is not always going to be there. So if that's the case, then basically we're going to have to do, either section leapfrogging or one section dedicated to set up a base of fire and put on some good suppressive fire onto that point where we're towards the trenches in general, while we have a second section making advancement. So, but just so we never move without cover. That's the idea.
Exactly. Very important to try to push to this to the position with cover. One thing as well that I'll add: if we're doing this stuff at night, it might be pretty good to, if we know the enemy doesn't have night vision, to use the cover of darkness to basically crawl our way up to the trench line and then throw in the grenades. Use the element of surprise in that sense. But yeah, that's basically the doctrine of it.
I have a question.
You may question your question. Yeah, go on.
Do
That's not the right English. Yep.
these kinds of assaults only have to occur on corners of 45-degree trenches, or can they occur on the flat side of them?
They can happen anywhere, any weak point.
Is there a preferable location?
Wherever we can amass a large force and they cannot put up a decent defense.
Exactly. Like I said, any weak point.
So it really depends on how the trench is laid out, how it is manned, how much intel we actually got, etc.
But you would rather attack this point than, say, this point, right?
No, I wouldn't want to attack there specifically, Marius, because it's 3 trenches that all converge in one position.
Ah, right. Well, that was a poor example, but you get the idea.
You are in theory you are correct, Marius. You don't want to push into a position like this where you can get fire from 2 directions on you. However, hopefully, if you are pushing up here, then this part and this part of the trench is suppressed to absolute shite, so you can have some form of freedom of maneuver. However, as you see, Baxter has chosen this corner here as the option for his breaching section.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that point you are correct.
Interesting.
Of course, the corners there, they'd be a lot smaller. It'd be more along the lines of fucking this stuff right here. But preferably you'd want to use one of these like edge out points, if you get what I mean, like one of the corners that's facing you, because then you have to run less. Simple as. You can get into cover quicker.
Yes.
Alright, let's go into the trench warfare range and talk a bit about how we move in these trenches, how we fight in these trenches, what dangers lie within these trenches.
Done.
Having friendlies being drunk with an unsafe weapon with live ammunition is very dangerous.
Sir, I've
Especially
got
in
blank.
Trench 1-4.
Yeah, we've given Marius blanks, don't worry.
I've been given blanks, and my weapon is always unsafe.
Alright.
Yeah, that's what she
We
said.
have given Marius an airsoft gun, but don't tell him.
You can still poke an eye with it.
Let's stop here quickly.
I've been
I
given
want
a
to
pencil.
quickly add something. This is something a lot of people don't really think about. Munis, can you join the shack deck as well, please? The like radio radar
Yeah.
thingy.
Group.
Group. That'd be the one.
One is touch Kamara.
Dutch Kamara's
I don't want to touch camera.
Too late,
But-
eh?
What's that racism?
You can touch me.
Oh, fuck
I'm
off.
on your face
stupid
level already.
Motherfucker. Oh, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm gonna give up with that guy. Yeesh.
Alright, there we go. Good. Alright. So, trenches are hell to fight in. We all know this. We've all seen the combat footage in Ukraine. Shit's fucked. So in these types of trench positions, you want to use every bit of every advantage you can get. We want, for example, positions like this are very, very useful to us because, as you can see here, if you look down the trench, we can see it from here specifically. You can see the other trench over there. You can use the terrain to your advantage a lot of the time. Just having these trenches be on hills can be a massive help in clearing these trenches. Setting up a GPMG gunner where Carlson's standing now and just shooting down that trench line over there be beautiful. And using GLs and stuff down that way also works really well. For movement in these trenches, we always want to keep our heads down. Always want to crouch. We never want to really stand up unless we're actively shooting out at something. But even then, you don't really want to do that. That's what you have fighting positions for, which we'll get into in a second. For fighting in these positions, we want to use, like I said, every advantage that we have. Grenades are a massive force multiplayer in that regard. We don't have we use CQC rules, but remember there's no roof, so feel free to just chuck grenades over in the fucking from one trench into another like this. It's a great help, and if you can get it in, it can easily clear out a part of the trench. Did I actually get that in 1 second?
You did.
I did. Damn. But yeah, for ICs, you have GLs use them the same way. Getting grenades into those trenches can easily clear out a massive section of it, and be very, very good. Now, how do we move through these trenches? Basically, this is something that Fairly has taught me. We want to do basically. Carlos, can you show?
Yep.
There you go. We want to basically bound by buddy, if that makes sense. Bound in a buddy team. So what we can have, we'll have one guy covering off like this, like the way I'm doing now, and Carlson can bolt and push up as I'm covering. Push up to the next corner. Cover that off, and now he's got me covered as I push forward. So now I push forward, push past them, go to the next corner, because these trench positions are always
Too much
gonna,
prayer. Oh my god.
these trench positions are always going to be in these corner or like zigzagging paths. So you always want to bound forward and basically keep the other guy covered. Now,
So it's important to remember, like, to stay on the left or the right, depending on where you are. Then I guess to keep
Yep.
it clear for your friend or buddy.
Yeah, but there's going to be a point where someone's going to cross. Just cross quickly if you do have to. Now, for stuff like this, we've found that you don't want to be using the radio constantly to tell your buddy, move forward now. Quick, you know, it's gonna be fucked if everyone keeps calling set, moving, set, bounding, set, all this stuff. Just do a quick little control numpad 8, control numpad whatever. Use hand signals. Typically, we're also going to be close enough to just scream at each other to just go bounding,
Set.
moving. Yeah, exactly. It's very quick ways of just telling your guy, feel free to move, you know?
Also, another thing, when the front guy has gone down, you can see that he's raised his weapon and he's leaning or he's doing whatever, and you're like, you see that, okay, he's been stood still for half a second, that means he's covering off, I can move now. Even if he doesn't communicate, you see that he is set, because he doesn't move past where you see. That's the entire point of this.
Use your brain, basically. Set up an SOP with your buddy, maybe. Figure out something that works for you and your buddy, and you'll get this cleared pretty quickly.
I have a question.
Now, anyone able to tell me what we do if we take casualties?
We fight through the enemy.
Exactly. Charlie pushes past, Delta deals with the casualty. For ICs, I would personally recommend putting your CTMs into Delta fire team for Trench or for this campaign, because again, you're gonna have Charlie push past. No point in having the CTM with them. He's just gonna push past.
Another thing there, if you don't have a CTM, make sure that you go to CTAB and mark where you have the casualty, so that CSMR, who probably will be a few 10, 50 meters behind you guys in the trenches, are able to know where the guy is and possibly pick him up when you have cleared past.
Yep.
The
or
main
have
point,
Delta deliver them to a junction where
Possibly.
it's clear for CSMR.
possibly. However, if you are in a section that is clearing the trench, you probably want all the manpower on the move, because you don't want to lose momentum. But the main point, main takeaway for everyone right now is make sure that the section ICs know that there is a man down, and then move on. Then you continue, because you don't stop. You never stop. You don't lose your momentum, because when you do, you give the enemy a chance to seize the initiative and start tossing grenades back your way and setting up a defense and doing all kinds of stuff that you don't want.
Yeah.
Basically, you want to be able to steamroll them.
Now. 1 second. Let me
I
figure
have
out.
a question, if
Yep.
I may ask it. How would you clear a crossroad like this?
So, crossroads are fucked, and they basically have the same rules as clearing a doorway in CQC. So, you want one guy covering one side. So we'll have Carlson covering this side, and then I'm covering this side. We move up as close as we can, and then we simply go fucking crossing or what's it called?
Flip,
Blip. Yep.
flip,
Flip.
swap, whatever. Just
There we
make
go.
sure that you say a snap word to be able to know that it's your time to just take it the other direction, which is the one that is actually closer to you.
Exactly.
If you are comparing it to, well, fish and chips, basically you are in a staggered file. You have one part of the fire team, or one fire team covering the left, and they are the one on the right-hand side of the road.
Yeah.
Because they are the ones who can actually keep eyes on it. Make sense? Jolly good.
So
I have another question.
Yep.
What?
Oh, right, after you've done your like swap, flip, potato, what happens if Carlson is downed?
like we said,
Next,
we
next buddy because pushes up. That
Yep.
means you're facing one way, and there's possible danger running up on your 6, but you can't turn around because you're
Yes.
watching that way.
That's the
Ah.
good thing about being a section. You always have more bots to throw into the meat grinder.
Yep.
So, in this case, I'm assuming that Baxter and myself are not the IC. So in the IC number 3 there, he would send someone to get grenades downrange past the casualties or whatever. Just make sure that we keep their heads down and can retake the lost ground, basically. And
Yeah.
then continue pushing.
Exactly. Again, the main rule, of course, if you take a casualty, push past. You have a delta element and more people in Charlie for a reason. If let's say Carlson goes down, and I feel like I don't feel confident continuing pushing forward, or the next guy is, thanks, nice sipper, Maris. Or the next guy is like all the way over there because I don't know, for some reason he's like far away. If I don't feel confident pushing forward, just pull back. There's no reason to not pull back in this scenario. Shit happens. Use your initiative. Pull back. Go. I got a man down. I need help up here. Get your IC to send someone up to you. Simple as. Any further questions?
I'm terribly sorry, but I must head off now.
Jävla fyllo.
Ja, enig. Vi
Indeed.
snackas på söndag, mina vänner.
Det gör vi.
Till
Ha det
later,
gött då.
Mr. Drunkman.
Have a good
Bye.
one.
Thank you, Baxter, for a good training. Bye-bye.
Not even done
Yep.
yet.
Can I
So-
also just say that pushing forward in a trench with just a body pair is probably not a good idea. You
No,
sort
you're
of
not
need.
doing. You're not doing that. You are not pushing forward with a body pair. The IC and the rest of Charlie will, in this case, be basically one bound behind, maximum. Because you-
Delta's one down behind that as well.
So the situation where Baxter described, where it is apparent that Charlie is, or the rest of the section is not in a position to support him, and he needs to push back. That means that the section is out of place, out of position, and either the body pair has overextended or the section has not managed to keep up. That is not a good situation. That is just okay, something's wrong. We need to fix it. And in that case, yeah, fall back. Make sure that you're not overextended.
Optimally, you'd always have one section. If you come to a crossroad like this, you
Hmm.
have one another section pass you, and take one of the route or one of the routes here, and then you either hold what you got, or if your platoon IC says keep going, you do that in the other direction. But obviously, we're probably not going to be having that many people, so Yeah, we're gonna have to make do. It's gonna be a shit show, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, the stuff I'm teaching here, and the
I
stuff-
mean, if we can work with limited numbers, if we have next time when we have numbers, we'll fucking steamroll.
Absolutely.
at the end of the day, all the stuff I'm teaching, all the stuff that gets taught to you in CIC, in Commander's Course, and all this stuff goes out the window once you take contact. Any plan goes out the window the moment you take contact, and you're left with your own wits, your own reactions, your own decisions. So stuff like this is a basis, a foundation to work on, and then you work on that. Like you have something to fall back on when your plan inevitably goes to shit. I am bugging through the trench. Help.
So I have a question.
Yep.
If the plan always like goes shit after we take contact, why do we bother making plans?
Because it's a foundation to fall back on.
Ignore me, it's fine.
Oh, he's drunk as well.
What? No.
I just want to add also the body pair that's in the lead. Don't be afraid to call up more bods. If you, like in CQC, if you enter a room with too many openings, you need more bodies up. Call out that you need more bods pushing up, because the IC can't dictate everything from where he is.
100%.
Help the IC
Especially,
dictate
yeah, like an a T crossing like this, an extra body pair would probably be nice, huh?
Yeah. One thing we found out as well during the HR3, I think it was, we had a situation where our two front men ran out of grenades. Shit in trench warfare. So if you're an IC, or if you're one of the point men, feel free to call someone up, say like, hey, someone with grenades, get up here. Or as an IC, feel free to even switch out the point man, or not the point, but like the guy just behind the point man. Switch out that buddy pair, kind of, if you get what I mean.
Absolutely. So, basically, what this all boils down to is communication. If you are up front and you have a need for more bods, more barrels, downrange, more grenades, more whatever, communicate that. Ask your IC, tell your IC that you're in this need so that he is aware and can give you the resources that you need to do the job. Freeborn, your job is not only to communicate, but also to ask questions to the IC and like, do you mean this or do you mean that? In case you are uncertain about anything. Because then Negan will know that, oh shit, I wasn't clear enough on this or that. And then he will give you a clarification and you will know exactly what to do. And you will be solid in that. And Negan will be solid in you knowing that.
Yeah. All right. Any further questions? Otherwise, I'm going to continue moving on. All right. So, this is mainly for 2 ICs, but if this is for anyone that has to potentially do a delta element. If we're clearing through these trenches, how, and we take casualties, how does 4-4 know what's cleared? How does 4-4 get to you? Quite simple, we draw out the trench line. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be every zig and zag needs to be drawn out. Just rough lines so that 4-4 or 4-1, any other support element can push up to you if you need help. Pretty simple. You know, if you, I don't need to explain how to draw a line on a map. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah.
Just that FYI, when you say 4-4 and 4-1, so 4-4 is basically the medical 16 season or the medical boys, and 4-1 is FSG, because some of the people here are completely new, so they don't understand what 4-4 and 4-1 is.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, Reborn.
No worries. I was piecing it together.
Yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to go stop anytime. Yeah. If, like I said, if someone goes down, mark it on the C tab, push past, and get Delta element to deal with it. Let me think if there's anything else I missed. Oh, it's one thing that Carl's need to have an added to this document. Key launchers in these scenarios. There's often going to be bunkers. Maybe we can see one here. Oh yeah, there's one over there.
I was going to say behind you in
Yep.
the distance.
There's bunkers about, stuff like this. Very good targets for AT weapons. There's also, of course, vehicles driving around. AT weapons are extremely dangerous in these trenches due to their backblast. If I have a vehicle over there, right? Let me just.
God spawn one.
Yeah, let me materialize one.
Just make sure it doesn't have anyone inside.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm prone.
So yeah. There's an
Very well
enemy
placed, Carson.
vehicle over there, and
I don't see it.
the rest of my section is behind me.
Oh dear me.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Arma 3 has the funneling of the backblast implemented, but I don't want to find out. So.
Well,
think
I
it
can tell you
actually
this: it
does.
definitely fucking exists. Killing
Yeah.
people with a Verona backblast is funny.
Yeah, I mean, backblast itself is a bitch. In trenches, I'm not sure how these are simulated, but
Yeah. Another thing
Well,
is.
now's the best time as ever to try it. Just saying.
Do we have a
Alright.
medic on site?
We have Zeus.
Actually, we can
Zeus
try it.
God.
Camera.
All right.
Who
Carlson,
don't?
you're the sacrificial lamb.
Right,
Sorry.
Carlson
No, I,
is
okay.
about
I have the flashing
one.
screen also.
So he's like one
Alright.
wooden plank's length away, and we've got Necroid around the corner. Let's test this.
Well, Carlson, you good?
Well,
You-
the
are you
straight
ready?
backblast will probably kill
yeah, a
Carlson.
straight backblast will definitely
So,
kill me.
Yeah.
It's
let me,
better if you have your backblast facing Baxter.
Yes, sir.
If you backblast it facing the wooden planks and have
Yeah.
Carlson standing next if it goes sideways.
Yeah, that works. All right. Anyone who doesn't want to get hit out of the way, yeah.
Do we see if we can hit someone on the outside of the trench?
That's gonna happen. I'm sure.
Okay, I'm not standing behind you then.
Prepping AT.
Probably a good shout.
Firing. No.
No, no,
Fine.
it's-
You're
No,
fine.
That's the,
Well, you
that's
weren't
the
crouched,
AT4. I don't know how
admittedly.
powerful that thing is with the backblast.
Oh, you're still facing.
It's
it.
not.
Why with a Charlie G, it's
However-
gonna be different.
However, I did get injured. So what did we
Yeah.
learn from this? Make sure there's no plank behind you. So,
Wait, hang on. So the backblast hit the plank and then ricocheted
Yes.
and hit you.
Yeah, that doesn't.
That's why you don't
I
use
know
this in
happens.
buildings.
I mean,
Oh,
the
thanks,
CS is
Dexter.
confined space, but not that confined.
Yeah, there's.
You get out there.
Do we know what the rough backblast range is on most things?
Imagine a cone of Fred. Is it 30 degrees, 5 meters, 10 meters?
No,
180.
180, and I'd say 15 meters.
All right.
Especially the Charlie G is vicious. If you
It's
go
a-
by 90 degrees for the Charlie G, you're gonna get injured.
It's
Fair
a
enough.
very fucking simple rule. Don't send me an AT launcher. So
And shout if somebody is standing behind AT launcher.
yeah.
Yeah, do
Well-
the proper procedures. What's the proper procedure, lads?
Prepping
To make
AT.
sure
I
that
don't
there's
know.
no
You tell me.
to make sure that there's no one behind you when you shoot.
We're preparing AT,
Mm-hmm.
Preparing AT.
Yeah.
and next one is
Say backblast.
Don't whisper it though. You should do it loudly so people hear it. Otherwise, it's kind of
Oh, yeah.
pointless, right?
Prepping AT.
Yeah.
Ah, there's the German.
Panzerfaust. All right, let's continue.
Now we're
let's continue.
talking.
I have a small question to go back to do with the cross section, because I assume the two people who are front point, they would be buddies, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
So if one is watching now it's the right side. When the rest of the squad comes forth, I'm assuming someone will take that buddy's spot, so then the two can resume pushing down the main whatever route it is.
that's on section level what you like to dictate. I would say if you take his place or just file through and just join up with the next and create a new body pair for the upcoming, just make sure you have the arcs covered and keep pushing on.
Yeah,
Right,
I would agree
It's
that
not
you
for me to worry about. It's the squad lead's issue.
Well, you need to also understand what the procedure is in your section, how people want to do it. I would also say that whoever is sitting on a corner sits there until the whole section comes through. Similar if we're like on a street, also on a corner of a street, you sit on the corner until the whole section goes to the other side. It's the same situation. And only then, when somebody's covering the other side of the corner from the other side of the street, then you move away.
Basically what I was trying to say is watch your AT stuff, watch your backblasts. Even if you think it's clear, there's still a good chance that Arma fucks you over. I would personally even say make sure you're standing outside of the trench when firing, but that's just me personally. All right. Let me think. If there's anything else I've missed about movement through this stuff and how to fight in these trenches.
How does Arma interact with have a down body and the trench is small? Do we need to climb over them, or can we actually just move over them?
You do need to climb over them. You can do this little one of these, or if you want, you can also man down.
Bye, Solo.
You can also control V, but I wouldn't do that because it can easily get you to stand up in the trench like this, and it's, it's not good.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
With some
Safety
serious
precaution
acrobatics.
about grenades also. When during HR3, when we had the mud trenches, we had bots preparing grenades, and they were leaning a bit when they chucked them, and they got stuck on a wall next to them. So make sure you're not leaning in something when you throw a grenade.
Talking of leaning while throwing grenades, I'm going to actually show something off here because I feel like a lot of people don't know this. Let me use a white smoke for this. You can lean and throw around corners as well. If you do this and you go into shift and G into like the ice throwing thing, you can actually throw a bit around corners, and it allows you to get grenades out quite well.
Oh, well, excellent.
I say as I fail.
Yeah, that's exactly what
it can
happened.
work.
So both of you threw grenades, neither grenade landed in a trench.
Yeah, fair enough.
So basically, don't trust the reticule that shows up in when you do Shift G when you are trying to throw around corners. Be mindful and err on the side of caution.
Yeah.
Well,
however,
on caution,
yep,
everyone is always going on about the fucking slow is smooth, smooth is fast, yada yada yada. Everyone has heard it a million times, and it makes my ears bleed every time I hear it. However, it is fucking true, especially in trenches. Keeping the momentum up, as I said earlier, and not allowing the enemy to retake the initiative. That does not mean that we are rushing things. We are doing this in a methodical and very cautious manner while not stopping, basically. So if you're doing this at a jog or if you're doing it at a walk, doesn't really matter. However, don't fucking rush it, because rushing it will get you killed and it may get your buddy killed. So let's just avoid that.
Yep.
Was there anything
So a question.
else? Yeah, go ahead.
Go on.
You would just toss frags without saying anything.
Neg.
Right, thanks. Just verify.
Carlson, you're the color sergeant. You should know this stuff. Come on.
I think he was asking it for me.
I'm not asking it for myself. That's correct.
Fred is the textbook of how we do procedures.
Yeah.
And I'm been giving a hard time about it by some people.
We love you, Fred.
Thanks, man.
Someone mind helping Saligate here?
Yeah. Honest.
You do it.
I don't know why I went to say I can, and then realized no, I should be standing here.
Let me see. All right, a few other options of how to deal with contacts around corners specifically. Like I said already, grenades is a very good option. Throw over the trench, get it into his trench. That's one way of doing it. Another thing you can use is the little. If you use this and then stand roughly here. I'm not sure if it works here. Yeah. You can actually blind fire an Arma. It's not 100% blind fire because your body still kind of sticks out, but you can still get some rounds out and basically have the majority of your body in cover. It's a very good option to get rounds around a corner, and let's be honest, there's not going to be civilians in these trenches, so use it. Feel free to fucking use it.
Yeah, Control A and Control D.
Same as just pre-firing, so just going doing that. It's 100% valid, very good strategy. Every tool you have in these trenches, you will need to use at some point, or you should use. Yeah, English is hard.
Would one way of doing it like throwing a grenade, and then the second it's going off, then immediately sticking your head out. Would that
Exactly.
also be an acceptable method?
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. Like I said, everything that you can think of to kill that enemy without, you having the advantage, use it, because he's not gonna wait for you. You know.
If you have thrown a grenade, once it goes off, you want to take the ground. You want if either the enemy's dead or they have to push back. Your grenade have given you space and ground, and you want to take that window and initiative to seize that ground and win the ground.
Let's see if there's anything else I missed. T-junctions we went over, UGLs we went over. Let's quickly talk about defending in these trenches. So let's head over to the frontline trench, and we'll talk about the fighting positions that will eventually, or that we will inevitably have to use.
Like all of us were just standing still for like 10 seconds.
Oh yeah.
I was
Yes.
making the map.
You can look at me. Use Windows key for
Oletko sun
Ace Interact,
piirroksia?
and
Joo, mä
then you
piirsin
should
tuossa
have
äsken.
No
interaction.
missä sä piirsit?
Siis koneella.
And
En mä oo lähettänyt mitään.
Sä piirsit niinku sitä. Niin mä luulen, että sä piirrät niinku meidän tähän pelin karttaan.
Yeah,
Mä oon piirtänyt siihen.
you should get a warning.
Kato sitä sinne länteen sitä karttaa, mitä mä oon piirtänyt Fredrikseen.
Alright, that's all here. Is there on this?
Parran kasvo. Moi mukulat.
Mara, what the fuck did you draw? Is that you?
Nah, it's Freddy.
Alright. So, these trench positions, these nice little zigzag lines, they're good for fighting through and for defending. However, they're not very good for shooting outside of the trench. Simply because if you stand here, or me too.
Sorry, I'll get out of the way.
Nah, it's fine. If you stand right here, you're a bit fucked. You can kind of get over, but realistically, these positions are made so that you cannot get shot. So, what do? We create fighting positions. Fighting positions is a position that a buddy team can occupy and shoot out of. Bunkers or little trench positions, trench outcroppings work. However, inevitably, there's never going to be enough of these. We saw it on last Sunday. We've seen it in the HRs. It's on this range here. There's 2 of these bunkers. There's one here. And there's one over there. There's never going to be enough. So we might need to create our own. How do we do this? Quite simple. Leave the trench, preferably undercover, of course, because you wouldn't set this stuff up while the enemy's pushing you. If you're not able to repel the enemy, you don't build shit as the enemy is pushing. That's what I'm trying to say. We then go into our nice little entrenchment tool. We dig a short trench or other trenches along that don't take very long, basically, and we build them just outside of the trench like this. I can't be asked to dig this. I'm gonna go into Zeus and build it that way.
And we usually don't put it in the arc of fire of the build
Yeah.
position.
Yeah,
of course.
I assume he's just doing it there because he doesn't want to run like the 5 miles.
Yeah, just
Down.
making sure everybody's.
Yeah, I can't be asked to fucking walk all the way. All right, so
What the
damn.
fuck? Okay.
good.
Interesting.
He said a
See,
small one.
It's beautiful.
This is huge, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought he
That's what she
slammed
said.
in like
Said.
a trench-built penis.
Oh.
What
There you go.
happened?
There's one.
How big is your I don't want to know.
What
Why are you
happened?
asking that?
Because your immediate reference to the huge fucking thing that blotted out the sun was, this is a penis.
I'm sorry. What blocked out the sun? What
Yeah,
happened?
no. You
What?
spawned it in front of me, and it was about 3 times my height standing on the top of this trench.
What the
I just went blind.
Alright, whatever. We'll continue.
And your
Arma-
immediate reaction is, that's a penis.
Both
Arma-
were not touching, that's
It will
fine.
fit
Arma-
right in, Carson.
Yes,
Arma is fun. All right.
absolutely.
So continuing on.
You're all thinking it.
we built these fighting positions just outside of the trench. The reason for this is because these big old trench lines have one big old reason. for existing, which is if we get IDF'd, you want to get into these trenches. So, what Kamara and Nordic can do, the moment they get overrun, there's too many enemies, a sniper starts shooting at them, IDF hits, or in other words, the moment they can't be in this position anymore, they can quickly just either pop smoke and run or just run. It takes basically a second.
Good job,
I
Camera.
have question.
You have question, you may get answer.
If we were standing on these little dug things, if one of us were to go down, how do we do this? How do we get him and ourselves back safely?
We'll win the firefight first.
Yeah.
Because one down bod is better than two down bods on the other side of the trench.
Yeah.
It's harsh.
Basically AEET. It's an acronym you'll be taught in the phase 1 course. So first thing you need to do is basically alert that you have a man down. Then you need to eliminate the threat somehow. So either killing the enemy or sufficiently suppressing the enemy or establishing concealment, maybe using a smoke grenade. And after that, it's evacuate. You want to evacuate the cache into hard cover. And then you start treating.
Right. So one of the acceptable things you could technically do after alerting it, if you got cover fire from others from inside the trench, you could technically smoke your tiny forwards trench and drag the wounded back, correct?
Smoke is only
Yeah.
on IC's orders, because in worst case scenario you will obscure friendlies line of sight, and that will give the enemy advance to advance on you.
So, but suppressing the enemy sufficiently that they keep their heads down and don't shoot back at us, that would be sufficient for you to go out and pull him back, yeah.
So, hang on, if he goes down next to you and you're there, are you just, to call it out, do you stay there, or do you, like, if they're pushing quite heavily, do you have to fall back into the main trench and leave them?
If you can't eliminate the threat, if you have a casualty there, you should pull back, because otherwise the risk of you also becoming a casualty is very high, right? If you're going to be overrun, that's not going to help anyone.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
cold, but it's the reality of it.
Yeah, so if you can't stay there safely without adding your own body to the casualty list, fall back.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just
something
make
like
sure
that, yeah.
everyone knows that there is a body there, so you can come back and
Yeah,
pick him up
communicate
alive, or
always.
come collect his body and send him to his mama.
All right. So this is...
Also, sorry, Baxter, if I must just, I'm not sure if you mentioned it, but you can actually shoot out of these trenches. You know that, right?
You can at some points. At other points, you can.
Yeah,
and the
but
issue
it's
is
pretty.
as well.
Look, if you do like this, just gonna say, if you do the high stance, then it's pretty much guaranteed. Most places you will be able to shoot out of, but you need to do
High
the very
stance?
highest stance. Yeah.
Control W.
You can't just. Then you need to go
If
to
you
the
have your
extra
weapon
high
equipped.
stance.
One issue I'll give you with that, Fred. We saw it on last Sunday. This trench range is great. The issue is we're standing on the same ground that the grass is on, right?
Yeah.
The issue is, in actual operations, the trenches are going to be dug into the ground. So will be the same height as this grass, which is going to obscure our view pretty badly.
Oh, fair point. Yeah.
So
Because these
digging...
are up trenches instead of trenches in the ground.
Yeah, we saw it on Sunday, and it led to us almost getting overrun. In fact, getting overrun.
Nah, to be fair, it wasn't the trench's fault. It was the fact that we didn't have AT.
That as well. But that was one of the reasons as well as to why we were kind of fucked in that position.
Righto. Nordic, are you having
Oh!
And,
some form of...
There he goes again!
Nordic has a stomach bug,
Yeah.
No, he has hemorrhoids.
It's got worms.
Yeah.
I'm a dog and just watched
I was
some
guessing
Michael
Williams
Jackson,
and...
but dog.
Don't.
Doggle Jackson.
All right. Are
Alright.
we happy to
Come on.
start moving on to... Okay, we could do either a live fire exercise, because it's Friday and we're just fucking about, or we could do a dry run and then a small scenario. What do you wish?
I have one thing I would like to see before
Yep.
we move on. I was told that we're
say me
going to be
too.
given flags for the ICs to equip to show ourselves for friendly drones. Is that correct?
For drones, not known, but in the trenches we can push up and then on platoon ICs command, we can basically place the flag on the ground, and it will be visible. Like a little bit of a colored flag will be downrange, basically.
Okay, I was told that we were supposed to equip something on our backpack and it was a fucking
Oh
pain
yeah,
in the ass.
we could do that, but it's a absolute Warhammer 40k logic, aka no.
Yeah, so thank you. No flags on my head.
No.
Thank you.
Well, you can, but I'm not gonna. I would recommend against it.
I'm gonna whisper.
Yeah, no further questions on that then.
No further questions, Your Honor. Right, lovely.
Yeah, can we stop
can do it.
faffing about on the map, please? We're trying to keep it somewhat serious, guys.
What do you mean?
Well, someone is making caricatures of me, and I don't like it. I've deleted them now, but literally,
Is it a worm? Oh, Baxter has
become.
become a German.
I have always been a German. All right, let's stop faffing around. Carson,
So-
what are we doing? What are we?
All right, so we could
Scenario?
do a. Do we want to do a live fire?
You cut out.
Do
As
we want-
Carson, I suggest live fire because it's Friday and
Yeah.
people's concentration seems to be on the bit lower side tonight.
Let's have some fun.
All
I was
right, then.
gonna say a bullet whizzing past someone's head normally snaps them into focus pretty bloody quickly. That or a reasonable sized bullet hole through a limb.
Isn't it the opposite? If you shoot someone in the head, surely they lose focus,
Yeah,
lose everything.
head is why I said limb. Like
Right,
an
so I'm
arm or
removing
an egg.
your lovely
Yeah.
schematics here.
I'll help you. Put that.
They can have a flag as well, Baxter.
Yeah, I'll,
There is a crate out there which has flags so that you can try it out and see how it actually works.
you can get this flag.
Is that your special one?
All right. All right, Jens,
I'm gonna have a look at the flag.
let's move over to the flags and
Everyone wants to play dress up Barbie now.
yeah.
Let's focus for a bit. That's on me.
Or you can furl the flag.
Yeah.
Where is it gone?
I'm not gonna grab them.
Should we take a flag each, or what?
Or
No?
if you haven't used them, take a flag and see what you can do with it, and then put it away. I suggest.
Oh, that's gonna be a pain with Fishbuild.
Yeah. Don't look downwind.
Don't be in my downwind, mate.
I try
Oh
not
my
to be.
God,
How do
that
you-
is painful.
How do you get the German flag?
Oh, that's a attached flag thing. You can't do that.
Alright.
That's their Zeus.
Oh.
All right, gents. I'm removing the crate.
He has removed the crate.
Also, I can hear someone's every
Keybind?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Baxter.
it's Baxter.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
Your keyboard is not making the critical crackle.
This is what you're doing.
What the
I've been-
fuck?
I've been playing.
Why
Maybe
did he
Baxter
just
is
fucking
just-
super speed? Grenade, grenade, Baxter, grenade, wrong way. Fuck's sakes.
Tomorrow, I just ran through with our new recruit how to safely bind our grenades. I do expect
did
you
that
to have
happen?
it under control.
Someone
I have it
threw a
on double tap
grenade.
G,
Who
and then I
was it?
started smashing my computer keyboard, and I pressed G twice accidentally.
That's pretty unsharpish, man.
Well, then you need to unbind G totally and just use
Did he just
Shift
get
G.
arrested?
Is everyone
Yeah.
properly healed?
Yeah.
All right, gents. Nygren,
Yep.
you are gonna be the IC for this upcoming event. Fred,
fuck.
you're gonna be 2IC.
All right.
I have an order march unless you want to make one yourselves.
Should Cameron be unlocked for this?
No, go.
Thank you.
All right, so order of march will be 1 Mornis, 2 Nygren, 3 Nordic, and 4 Freeborn. That is Charlie fire team. 5 Camara, 6 Fredrickson, 7 Baxter, and 8 Sala if he rejoins. That is Delta. So in a bunch of hours, reference your maps. In a bunch of hours in the cover of the night, we will infiltrate via Swede Lake, because we are a bunch of Swedes here. And
Fuck you.
set up in a... I can't spell. In an assembly zone roughly here in this clearing. To the east, by the trench warfare area, which is 1.5 kilometers away, you will have elements of a logistics platoon and 2 times Russian artillery guns. Your objective will be to sneakily move in there, take out the guns, cause a little bit of a ruckus, and then skedaddle out of there.
Not expect to destroy any targets.
Destroy the guns. You're gonna get demo blocks and shit for that. Let's see. You are basically gonna provide a diversion from the front, where our friendly Ukrainian armors are gonna try to create a push into and then encircle the town of Meeshead River, which is further south. I may or may not be just pulling shit out of my ass right now, so bear with me. On the map, you see the rough trench lines and how they are laid out, and the artillery positions are either west, where Kamara has placed a marker, or east. Thank you.
Where Kamara has also placed a marker.
Very good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We may, so you may have up to 2 sections of highly elite logistics REMF troops defending the area. But there are QRF elements that are further north, up towards the fucking, let's say, drop zone, just because, yeah.
So I take it when you say that we have friendly Ukrainian forces attacking from the front, it's going to be from south, yeah?
Yeah, the front is further south. We have done light infantry shit and infiltrated behind enemy lines, and given that we are light infantry, we are doing light infantry shit, which is causing havoc behind enemy lines, destroying enemy REMFs, causing havoc among IDF or anti-air, etc. No, Kamara, they are way further south, basically by the Moosehead River here.
Moosehead.
Very beautiful.
Oh shit, that is a long distance.
Yeah. So we are unlikely to encounter them, because I can't really be asked. So around that's where the front line is. Sometimes I think I shouldn't be honest. That's where the front line is. So basically, in the cover of night, you are to move from the assembly zone and find and destroy the 2 guns. Cause as much havoc as possible. You do not need to clear out the trenches unless you need to, obviously. And all comms on 1 platoon channel, so 152 channel 1. Fucking hell. Yeah, I will be 10 Alpha and 10 Bravo, so for tonight, and you guys are, well, 1-1. So we've got all of that good stuff.
And the enemies stretching to the west and east of the trenches, and in more trench positions, or free to move around.
We have not managed to get any sightings on further trenches in your immediate AO. If you manage to find any, report them in. But we haven't seen any on the satellite or drones.
Yeah, Rog.
All right, I need a few minutes, so go for a piss, grab a drink.
Which color do I need to be again?
So if you were in Charlie, right?
Yes, I was
Yes.
C4.
Go blue.
Who made that NATO symbol on the map?
Which one? The one on the left?
The 1-1 one, just
That
above
being-
assembly zone. Why did you do it as meekly air assault when we are paratroopers, man?
Because there's no.
We had this
paratroopers then.
discussion in the media group.
No,
Yeah.
don't start. Don't start.
All right,
Is there airborne?
Okay. Fred,
I think there is. Yep.
It's not.
on me.
He was never heard from again.
There is airborne. Never mind.
Isn't 16 a air assault?
No, we looked it up.
What is it
Or-
then?
Paras.
Paratroopers, yeah.
Air assault is what it's called, but
For fuck's sake. Calling it differently.
You've been
Ah.
bamboozled.
Fucking
The Brits
British.
do it. The Brits do it.
Munis.
I think with like regiments as well.
Hey, Baxter?
we have 7 RHA, which stands for Royal Horse Artillery, but we don't have horses.
Well, yeah, but that's just history. History then.
Oh, yep.
But
yeah,
the
like 16 air assaults
UAV
like named yesterday.
operators actually are technically a part of the artillery division, which is weird because here they're a part of the helicopter division.
And 7 cavalry, they don't have horses either. The 7th cavalry, they've got helicopters.
Yeah, where's all the fucking horses?
I don't
Dead.
know.
They died in World War One.
Nay.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
You're
Someone shoot
banned.
that man.
Oh fuck! No.
can someone shoot camera so he won't kill us?
No.
Cameron, press double G again.
I
Look
think
at the
Fred-
phone.
No, don't.
Frederick is gonna. No, I threw my only grenade already. It's safe now.
Oh, thank God.
Oh no, I have one more. Oh.
Oh, no.
So confused earlier. Everyone's screaming at me to get down. Like, what the fuck happened? What? And then it just blow up.
Because I was
Yeah,
bashing my
there was a
keyboard
grenade
trying to.
behind you. I saw you run backwards, and I was just
I-
like, "No, wrong way!"
I tried to imitate the sounds that you were making with your keyboard. I started smashing my keyboard.
You
Because I
threw a
have it
grenade
on
at
G
him.
as me to press G twice
Yeah, I've got the same.
for a quick grenade, and then I accidentally did it.
And I think we need also maybe
Big
a
mistake.
GPMG.
The shift scroll wheel is that in-game voice volume?
Yes.
That's how. And remember, that's not the volume of your voice. That's how far it travels.
No, Sala is last man.
You don't have to.
You
like,
look really fat in that grass.
Okay, so then it's Baxter.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? Test the range.
No, it's not. It's not the smartest thing to screw that kind of stuff. Like you're platoon 2 IC, you section 1 IC. You know, it's.
I just scrolled the volume all the way because, like, I'd done it before. I had seen it, and I was like, "Oh,
Should we,
what does this do?"
maybe just re-slot
And
maybe
I've
that's quicker
never
for everyone.
understood.
What do
But
you
then I
think?
watched. I don't know. I think it was one of your guys'
Yeah,
videos.
we'll see what calls on that.
So I saw someone use it, and I was very confused.
Huh.
And then I
Okay.
I guessed that it was like a way of whispering and changing your
Yeah.
in-game like
Did you see?
distance.
Did you guys see my video that I posted in the barracks?
I did. I watched a bit of it. I didn't watch all the way through it.
You
I've
should.
watched up to until the
Hello, Sala.
explosion.
You need to
Yeah, well, that's
become
it.
red. I believe you're Delta
right.
Yeah,
4.
we'll do that.
Nope. Delta 8.
Roger.
There's no.
Delta
Acht.
8. I lied.
Delta 8,
Yeah,
bitte.
We are assaulting the same trench position as earlier. There's 2 artillery positions there. Fred's 2 IC, Newgren's 1 IC.
Cool.
Hey, Baxter, can you do the thing in German? It sounds probably cooler.
Do what?
The
No
order.
questions?
What, you mean the brief?
I'll just
Yeah.
get the weapons order and stuff.
Okay. Greifen die. I forgot which Frenches are in German.
Wow, he
Wow.
lasted
You have
a
to
long
scream
while.
out loud.
Shoot!
Carlson.
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 Greifen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
Carlson.
everyone switch to channel 1,
Carlson is
block 1
AFK, I
on the
think.
343s.
Yes.
Baxter.
Channel 1, block 1.
You have. Can
Yeah,
we
you
request
slot in as
some
on one
weapons?
freeborn, so we
Yep.
have it
Oh,
automatically.
Valen for
Lovely, I
Muonis.
can change it even at
One
that.
second.
Could I get an SA-80
Yes, Alan?
for myself instead of this marksman
lovely.
thing? It's probably not going to be that useful. Just with a UGL as well and some
Let's see. Jonas,
40
you were
mic.
first point, yeah?
Yeah.
Roger. Stand by.
Salah was the
Salah.
other side.
A regular
Jonas
85 there for you, yeah?
Give Jonas your
With the
Oh,
UGL launcher.
What you John? Roger.
2SC style, you know.
possible
I think you have it now.
and whatever he needs.
Oh yeah.
What do you need?
Oh, brilliant.
And I've given Eunice the. Valen.
Yeah, Baxter, could you sort out so that everyone has the kit that is needed?
I mean, I've given myself a GPMG because I'm second
Kamara,
to
you
last
were
man.
CTM, yeah?
Yes,
I don't
sir.
have any
Marshall, yeah.
UGL ammunition.
Oh, 1 second
Salah,
on that.
you can go red, your number 18 of March.
And I also
8.
lost all my colored smokes. I'm being naggy.
Do you need anything else?
And then Baxter, we're gonna need some demo blocks.
We also need
Okay,
colored
that's all.
smokes, greens and oranges and maybe blues as well for the ICs and 2SCs.
Yep, 1 second. My Arma almost just crashed trying to give you stuff. HE rounds.
Who's
the right
the
one.
over energetic individual who's squirming
That would
around
be
like nuts?
my new recruit.
Salah, you have
Oh.
a detonator?
Let me check. Yes. There you go.
Thank you.
And I'm,
Alright, Fred, check if that's
start,
enough. I'll also give you your 20% ammo.
There we go.
Hey, one is.
6.
By the way, I checked the medium transport helicopter thing.
Yeah, man,
Chinook
that's
is a
great.
medium
Thank
as
you.
well.
That looks good.
As is the
So
Black
I
Hawk.
was right in the beginning.
Yes.
Do you have
Like
all
always.
equipment sorted?
Oh,
I
Oh,
believe
praise
so. We
Allah.
got the UGL for me. You got the
What?
GPMG for Baxter. Monis, does he have the Valen?
Yep.
All right, then we're good with everything we talked about anyway.
Lovely.
Okay,
Did
so
you
there's
gonna get
mines
some
as
colored
well.
smokes?
Does that mind?
I have
Oh,
for the UGL.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
like for trench marking and stuff when we cleared the trench, maybe.
This appears to be something I forgot to say earlier. The marking of what trench we're using would be done by the 2AC. I've given you some extra smokes there for that, Fred.
Yeah.
I can give you some to
But
you as well. Maybe.
just saying that might not always be feasible because our plan is probably to let Delta cover and suppress while Charlie moves in first in the trench. So Charlie would have to mark it.
Gotcha. I've given both of you smokes.
Thank you.
Can someone run me through the color marking code for those smokes? I was not present during that
Well,
HR.
Basically, you just want to use color that we don't use for anything else. So that would be either green or orange, basically.
To mark the entry of trench we have entered?
Yeah.
Yep. Roger. Okay.
Section by numbers, read check. 2 okay.
Okay.
That would be you, Freeborn, 4?
Yeah. 4 okay.
Yep.
5 okay. 6 okay. 7 okay. 8 okay. All heard, all good.
So Carlson, yeah, never mind. Okay lads, school circle on me, maps open. We're currently at the assembly zone at grid 079120, all seen.
Same.
Same.
We're being tasked with search and destroy. Basically, we're gonna head eastbound to a seen enemy trench position that has 2 times fixed guns and a platoon of logistics on site. Expected enemy strength is 1 to 2 section strength enemies. We're gonna have friendly forces down to the south. Ukrainian forces conducting an assault on the front line of the trench to create a diversion, giving us the freedom to move up on the side and try to enter by stealth as long as possible. How we're going to do this, we're going to move out with Charlie in front and followed by Delta up their format line. We're going to have a look in the open train, just eastbound of the form-up line, and see if the tree lines are dense enough to conceal our movement moving up to the west side of the trench. If deemed good train, we're going to keep pushing eastbound through this and have Delta set up just west of the ASR, all seen. Delta's going to cover, Charlie's going to push in to either these, preferably second line or first line of trenches. Enter trenches marked with smoke, then Delta's going to join up. From there, we're going to flow through, going to try and look for the artillery guns. There's 2 times, possibly on the west and east side. Search for them, we're going to destroy them by demo blocks, then bug out, proven route in trenches. We only clear as much trenches we need. We don't leave any openings behind to get trapped inside the trenches. Any questions?
Do we have demo blocks? Does anyone have them?
Yeah, I have 4.
Alright, good.
Anyone else?
Preferably would want some in Delta as well.
Yeah, I guess we don't have any sort of indirect fire support or anything.
That is if Ukrainians have softened up before the front assaults. I have not been told of any incoming friendly RDF.
So we assume we're alone.
Yep.
Kamara, are you CTM? Do you have a CTM equipment?
Correct.
All right. Baxter, will you bring some C4?
I have a GPMG, but I just think I have enough space.
I have a space for C4.
Oh, Salah, you're here. Okay.
I'll give you.
Yeah,
I'll
good.
give it to you.
Okay. Last action on contact is going to be a basic drill. We're going to go firm and assess situation. If we're facing too much contact, we're going to smoke and pull out. I'm not going to push ourselves in the trenchless straight on. Yeah. Any further questions?
The southern trench line, was that the main sort of direction they're facing? Or they're, yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, they're facing southbound, so we're coming in on the flank.
So if that direct route is not, it doesn't have enough tree cover, so our alternative route is come from the northish.
More north, but I don't want to push too far north because we have possible enemy QRF coming on down from the north ASR.
Yep.
And I don't want to bump into them on the walk.
Okay. Do we? What's the ETA on the QRF when alerted?
Not given any heads up time for that.
Okay. Probably
They're
not too-
Russians, so not too quick.
And be mindful, when we have destroyed the target, we're going to fuck off as fast as possible, because once they've lost position, they're going to bomb the fuck out of us on the trenches, yeah.
We're falling back to this position? With the form-up point?
Yeah, this is going to be our ERV.
Yep.
That's a Sembison.
ERV? Never mind.
Okay.
Further questions? And for love of God, I don't want to see anyone using except Nordic single fire in trenches, yeah. Full up, use the bullets.
Why is Nordic the only one?
Because
He's a
he's
marksman
marksman.
rifle.
He
It
doesn't
doesn't
have
Full
automatic.
auto.
He stole my marksman.
So we'll see tonight if Nordic is popular with the women.
Does
Alright.
he have any maidens though?
That's
course
up
he
to
does.
Nordic to tell.
All right, let's.
Oh,
But I can't
also,
say my wife is
also-
listening.
Going off what you told me,
Hmm?
why is Nordic a unicorn?
That's
Oh,
a
because
very good
that's a
I'm
question.
special.
Wait, what?
Maybe
That's
because
why.
maybe he is.
He was
Maybe
well
he's
prepared.
I'm already
He was
prepared for
listening.
everything.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Why is everyone not the unicorn? What's going?
Okay,
Guys,
lads,
did you lose your night visions?
Always put them in the backpack, right?
All right, let's crack on then.
Crack horse now?
Yeah.
Nay.
Okay,
Shoot him.
make sure camera cream is on. We're on the gonna go in a combat situation. Okay, Carlson.
I'm assuming
My
it's regular.
element's ready to start exercise when you are.
Understood. What did I call this? Assembly point, right?
Yep.
Right, so there is a teleporter now if anyone gets downed, and so you can get back here.
Where's the other end?
It will be by this spawn.
All right.
Yeah, so if you die, just run proven routes. It's deemed safe to join the rest of the lads.
You get that freeborn, so there will be like a flagpole where you spawn in, and you can just mouse scroll with it to get back here.
Yeah.
Right,
More
cool.
like that.
Like how we oh
Bye, Sala.
like how
Yeah,
we,
I'm not somehow
got to
not
the trench.
relying
Yes.
too much on Sala for this.
Didn't you give him the explosive charges?
Yeah, I got it.
Well, we still have 4. We'll manage.
Does anyone have space?
I have my
Fred
entire
should
backpack.
have.
I do.
I'm pretty sure.
I'll give them to you.
I'm only carrying 38 kilos and got a bit more room.
Roger. I'll give it to you, Fred.
I've only got 25 kg on me. My bag's practically empty.
Okay, lads, I don't know why you're
Yeah,
standing in
but
the
we need,
open.
someone
Push up
in
eastbound in the wood
Delta
line.
fire
Find some
team.
cover and
You're
cover
in
off
charge,
east. I want coverage
Yep.
from north to
Thank you.
south.
Fredrickson, are you running Delta? Affirmative.
Was that on the 152?
Section, bring it down to whisper. We're gonna use the radios to communicate to not reveal a position on the move. We're gonna head out eastbound towards the form-up line on the point man in a single file. Charlie followed by Delta. Section, prepare to move. Section, on the point man, let's move. We can go at the jog to the form-up line. Othman moving. I think you're quite thick, to be honest. You're quite slow. No, I'm 35 kilos.
That's because you're running without the gun in your hand.
Oh, I'm stupid.
You're just alternatively smart.
I like that term. On the form-up line, I want extended line with Charlie right, Delta left. Delta left side. Yeah, correct. sighting east far, moving left to right to trenches. What is the sighting? Do infantry. Lieutenant's infantry. Understood. Fred, sit tight, I'm coming to you. Roger. Okay, section, listen up. We're gonna start moving eastbound in formation arrowhead, continue with Charlie right and Delta left. We're gonna stick to deflate as much as we can. We have a bit of concealment going up to the trenches. If we take contact, Delta, you're to go firm and suppress the enemy. And Charlie, we're gonna pop some smoke front, and then we're gonna push the first the trench lines. Any questions? Section, prepare to move. Section, run move, formation arrowhead, going east.
My comment, it's really different hearing stuff done by a different section. Like, it's ingrained so deeply in me that Charlie goes left that it's almost eerie.
We usually go Charlie left, Delta right, but I want to mix it up for a change.
You're breaking my immersion. Remember to look around. Just because we're moving onto a trench doesn't mean that there's a patrol on the left or right side.
Entryway seen southeast to first trench line. Section hold, let Delta go up into a baseline.
Roger that. Do you want Delta to just form the baselines right here?
Say last again, came in broken.
Do you want Delta to hold the baseline here, or do you want us to push up on that crest beyond the road?
We're gonna push up Charlie to that crest and hold, and we'll let you push up to us, and then you're gonna hold from there. Yeah.
Roger that. Delta is set in a baseline.
Charlie, let's cross the ASR, don't crest the defilade, and hold for Delta. Charlie, run a move.
Enemy sighting north of the road. North side of the road, approximately 200 meters. 2 enemy infantry.
In the open.
Roger.
Keep eyes on. Charlie hold. Delta, push up to us.
Delta 045, bearing 200. That's where they are. Let's go. Baxter, make sure to check north, yeah? We had contacts movement directly to your north now. There's one individual.
Right.
Okay, lads, what we're gonna do is, Charlie, we're gonna start pushing eastbound, find entry points, move towards closest entry points. Delta, you're gonna crest the same time as Charlie and set up and cover. Section, run a move.
Baxter, make sure you pop those on the left in case something happens.
Charlie, move southeast, entrance southeast, we're taking the front line. Southeast, southeast, southeast.
I got eyes on the first gun directly east. It's lit up.
Understood.
Charlie, we got contacts danger close to us on our north. They haven't seen us yet, but they could. So, you know.
Yeah. Delta, Charlie has made entry point at trenches. We're gonna push a few meters up and let you attach yourself to us.
Just let us know when to move.
Delta, move.
Let's go, let's go.
Jonas, Nordic, hold for now. We'll wait for Delta. You're gonna be my lead body pair. Freeborn, you're with me.
Holding at fire point. I think 400 meters east-southeast, 2 guys at the firing position.
Mara, they went to the front line. Kamara, lead us south. We need to get to the other trench line.
Roger. We're with you, Charlie. Charlie, we're on the move. Point man, takes out, start clearing.
Right, Delta's, yeah, Delta is one bound behind.
Do you want me to stay and look at the guys I see at the gun bunker? Please.
Roger. Freeborn, push up, speed body pair with Munis.
Copy. Let's move.
Patrol moving west.
Do you want us to pass you, Nordic?
Yeah.
Charlie has the intersection up ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna
Nordic?
take
What's up,
a
man? How are you
north
just
turn as
AFK?
a left turn.
Yeah, no,
Gonna
I'm
move
looking
left
at that
clear.
on position. That's the
Freeborn, you're on
east,
point.
east. I have eyes on you guys.
Delta, relieve. Nordic. Nordic, push up.
Copy.
Pushing left, Nordic.
Movement C in the intersection east on the left side.
Rog, how many do you see?
Just one head.
Understood.
Enemies coming toward. He's outside the trenches now.
Delta, take Neona's position, and then we're gonna keep moving left in that intersection, north.
Roger that, moving up.
Looks like an intersection. T-junction.
Mm. What did I say? Ready for a switch?
Yeah, Nordic, Freeborn, switch. Or flip. Delta Nest in intersection, we're gonna take a right hand turn. We have in Nordic covering left.
Roger that.
Freeborn, Eunice, let's move out eastbound.
Enemy danger close, 20 meters to east.
Alright, Nordic, we got it.
Seen. Contacts east.
1-0 Alpha, 1 Charlie, in contact, wait out.
Body pair, start moving, start flushing the trenches. Contact northwest. Okay lads, we're going loud. No need to sneak anymore. Our target is to northeast. We're gonna move up and take a left in trenches and get as close as possible. Delta, provide covering fire from that high point in trenches.
Yeah, contact northwest. 100 meters in the open.
T-junction left.
T-junction.
Nordic, I want you up here.
Push with me on his left.
You.
Hold here for now, freedom.
I found.
Alpha, 1 Charlie, contact water.
Delta, let's stick with Charlie, let's move.
Passing.
We are parallel to the cannons right now. And the guns.
Yeah, okay. Me honest, you had explosives, yeah?
Yep.
Freeborn, take me on his position. Nordic and me on his. You two are gonna be pushing eastbound, try to plant explosives on that gun, just 50 meters to our east. Delta, I'm sending out a battle pair to plant charges, cover off.
Roger that, covering.
Covering.
Explosive set.
Collapse back in the trench, proving route. Anyone had eyes on secondary gun?
Negative.
Probably on the far east side.
Yeah. Section, we're gonna continue in the trenches northbound, then head east in the next junction. Charlie takes out.
I have eyes on a similar location as we just entered it, further east. We can
Yeah,
go
Roger.
north and east.
And that's our target, Charlie.
Be advised, if I go down, it's on detonator, and I'm carrying it.
Understood. Fall back in your march.
Munoz, I'll take your place.
Delta has contact close south, dealing with it.
Rog, I'm pushing Charlie further north to deal with his secondary gun.
Delta has
Contact
one
front.
times, 1 times T3. Continue to fight.
Frag.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's
Nordic swap.
do a quick.
Waiting.
No, don't float yet. We need to have Delta push a bit more up.
I took him down. You can move up.
Charlie, what's the hold up?
Just making sure that the guy is dead.
Yeah, Roger.
What's coming
Nordic
from the
swap.
northeast.
Okay, to be honest, relieve Nordic cover west. Once Delta is in these T-junctions, you're gonna do a combat with within 10 seconds. Called in section. Yeah.
Copy. Yeah, Nordic, you're fully free.
Delta, once you hit the intersection where we're at right now, we're moving right. Once you come here, we're going to do a controlled combat in 10 seconds and destroy the first gun.
Delta, Rogers.
You okay, Nordic?
I'm patching myself up. Good now.
We have contact northwest. Delta care, we have contact north, contact north.
Believe contact is down.
Charlie, keep moving east now, we can't get bogged down.
Move, I'm covering.
Nordic, keep moving east. Keep moving east.
Yeah, I was engaging an enemy.
Looks like a T-junction.
Mm-hmm. You take left, I'm going to take right. I'm looking long.
I'm watching right.
If there's, yeah, watch your shit.
Bunker.
Frag it,
Contacts.
frag it.
Contacts.
Frag.
Frag.
Let us know when you're going in, Charlie.
Go on. Then
Charlie pushing in, Charlie pushing in.
that's clear. Begin.
Right clear.
Yeah.
Delta bunker clear.
Check around the bunker.
Roger that. Pushing up.
Okay, detonating in 10 seconds.
Combat in 7 seconds. Out. Freeborn, take points.
Newbie, I'm breaking, going to T.
Copy that.
T2.
Yeah, Roger.
Delta, I'm sending back Nordic. He's casualty T2 possible.
Roger that. Holding the T-junction.
Yo.
Nordic,
Hi,
cover off
hi,
west,
come
I'll
on.
check you.
Give me
Yes,
a
I'm
status
leaving.
report on the cache as soon as you can, Kamara, if we need support or what.
Multiple balls if you want.
Yeah, he's fucking T 2.5.
Are we gonna keep him in field or does he need extract?
If we had a CMT or a proper medic here, we'd keep him in field, but I don't have anything to give him blood with, so we'd have to.
Enemy supply truck, 50
We're
meters
heading-
to east.
Is that what you're saying?
Yep, for now.
Understood. Bypass.
Coming back.
Was that not the second gunwale we just blew up?
No,
First one.
we just blew up one.
What was the first one then?
Section, listen up. We have possible intel that enemy QRF 1 times man truck with infantry and possibly 1 times BMP inbound from north, ETA unknown. Delta, I want you to keep eyes best you can to the north-northwest towards that ASR. Charlie will double it up as best we can and try and detonate the last second gun and move proven route back to you, Delta.
Roger, just a bit dual comms. So, did you say we want us to keep eyes northwest and just stay here?
Yeah, A-firm, have eyes out on that possible QRF incoming.
Understood.
Right, swap. Nordic, push south.
Do we have any AT in Charlie? We don't in Delta.
No AT capability in Charlie.
Roger that.
Which way would you like us to push south?
Freeborn, watch east, Munis push with Nordic in line with the entrance position and move into detonate.
Yeah, Nordic ready, passing.
Delta, you heard out on platoon net.
Okay.
Fred.
Yep.
As said on platoon net, we have 1 times friendly drone in the air. Have seen 1 times a vehicle inbound, unknown what type of vehicle. Over.
Yeah, roger that. Are they inbound from the north then, yeah?
Yeah, from the north.
Roger, yeah, we don't have AT, but we got it ranged up and we got the UGLs ready.
Lovely. Charlie's in line with the secondary
Okay.
gun position, moving into plant charges as of now.
Nordic.
Roger.
Mionis, same thing as before. Westbound.
Cross from southwest.
Contacts are southwest. Enemies in the open, in between the trench lines.
Explosive sets.
Come back to the trench line. Charlie, collapse back to Delta, fast possible. We have incoming enemy QRF coming in from the north.
Moving.
Nordic move.
Stay low. Move.
Squad lead, I'm bleeding.
We got Delta got eyes on the truck. It's in the T-junction. It's gonna shoot it now.
Rog, engage.
Hey, fam.
Charlie, pull back to Delta.
Squad lead. I've lost a lot of blood.
Unit, combat in 10 seconds. Okay, again, combat in 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Enemy truck looks to be neutralized. Might have straggles, but we get a good bang in.
Understood. Good job, Delta. Delta, Charlie's gonna file in behind you. We're gonna pull back proven routes as fast as possible.
Roger that.
I want everyone to stay low in the trench lines. Just as fast as possible. Guns up, point mans. Let's move.
Freeburn, are you still bleeding?
Ava,
Ah,
I
okay.
can hear my own heart rate.
Okay, Freeborn, hold, Eunice, Nordic checkpoint, start moving.
Delta, I want you to have a look at Freeborn. He's bleeding.
Roger that. Let's go, Delta.
Let's move.
Hold. Go past me, Delta.
Let's keep moving.
Yeah, I don't think hearing my own heart rate.
Stay low in the trenches.
A
They
good
can't
thing.
hit us. Keep moving. Enemy IDF incoming. We need to move.
Or shall I just stay hidden amongst you, Delta?
Nordic, Munis, keep pushing. Clear ground. I'm holding for Delta.
We completely proven route, or can we make a shortcut?
Take
Very
shortcut,
close.
move west.
Eunice, keep moving, I'm covering.
Yeah, we don't have too much time to dilly-dally. Your
Okay,
boy,
fine.
Freeborn is on con.
Yeah, we're on the move. Once we hit
It's
the end of the...
definitely tier 1.
Yeah, once we hit the trench line here, the end of the line, Charlie, we're gonna cover off. Delta, you push through with casualty.
Roger that.
Before we move out of the trenches, let me check, make sure he's breathing.
Okay, hold here then. Hold here. Hold here.
Give us a couple of seconds.
We're still not clear. We can move instead of go to Binem and then it's fine.
Yeah.
Charlie, are you gonna hold here? Yeah, we're gonna push.
A firm, push first with casualty, proven routes.
Moving now, moving now.
Forget about.
Charlie, cover off.
Alright, Freeborn, and we're off. Yep, continue. Yeah, Baxter, you can get in front of me as well. We got Charlie behind us now.
Charlie, inform me when you have passed the ASR.
Delta, yeah. Do you want us to hold
Delta.
here cover for you on the crest?
Now push the ASR. Get cashed into decent cover, then cover off.
Roger. Delta's past ASR.
Charlie, let's move. Section, we're heading west in a dart formation with the casualty in center. Charlie left, Delta right.
That's us.
Friendly Vic, it's our medevac.
What's the formation?
Basically ARD are around me.
ARD around you? Okay. Alright. Delta take the rear then.
Yeah, moving ARD.
I think that spot died, man. We gotta be anal about it.
The amount.
Section lost for dart formation, that's arrowhead with the casualty in center. Charlie left, Delta right.
Yeah, watch your speeds, I can't fucking keep up with you lot.
So is there our vehicle to north?
Yeah, friend vehicle
Affirmative.
coming to pick us up. Head towards vehicle.
It's this way.
It's northwest.
Section, mount up, sound off by numbers, skipping 3.
Before.
I mean 4.
Green.
1 in.
2 in.
Ah, 5 in.
Is that everyone?
6 in.
Sala's not here. I believe that's everyone.
Alright, that's all in. Let's go. Oh, this is a fucking school bus.
Wheels on the bus go round and round.
Fucking, if I got a Goodell tube in his fucking throat and he says occluded, is he occluded or is he talking about the fucking Goodell tube?
I think you can become occluded now with the YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so I gotta remove it and fucking shake his head again.
I think so.
Shake his head violently.
Yeah.
You know, the tube only makes sure that his tongue doesn't block his airways. If he pukes, it will be conked up.
Yeah. King LT, he won't puke. Or he's basically got a tube. Oh! Oh, fuck.
What's his status? What's his status?
He's at T1 still. He's got a major blood loss.
Yeah, Roach.
Fucking blood
Olson,
pressure.
do I need to radio you? Are you Bravo or you Alpha?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright,
Okay,
lads,
well,
we have
tier 1 is tier 1
our...
cash tape.
we have
Is it
reached
cardiac
our
arrest?
DC. Get out.
Section dismount.
Doing CPR. Where's the...
He's got no fucking heartbeat either now.
Yeah. Doing CPR.
Hamina. Oh,
Okay, Camera, you need help?
hamina.
We are
Oh.
next
Hey,
so I'm
look.
covering off.
Hey,
Alright.
it's okay.
He
Alright,
works
gentlemen.
for Coulson.
Index. How did you
Okay.
find that?
That's quite exciting, you know.
I love that one.
We rarely do like these sort of sneaky 2-2 SAS things.
Yeah, no, that I was like, you managed to not walk into a few patrols in a row, and I'm like, ooh, oh no, okay, no, they're good.
God,